honey bunches, get excited! We're making vegan okonomiyaki and this recipe turned out so good. I can't wait for you to try it. It literally brought back so many memories and I can't believe you can have literally just as good a tasting, if not better tasting okonomiyaki except made vegan. So it does use the vegan egg and you just want to start by mixing up 2 vegan eggs according to the packet directions in a blender, or you could do it by hand. Blend that up, scrape it out. It'll be a thick, gooey, really sort of sticky mixture. You could probably make the whole batter in the blender. I'll mention that specific modification on the blog. So to finish making this batter, you want to add start off by adding 4 tablespoons of almond milk or any other plant milk of your choice. Whisk that, and then you want to add to that half a cup of plain flour, half teaspoon of baking powder and a half teaspoon of salt, and then whisk that until all combined, and then you'll want to add 4 more teaspoons of plant milk. This method just makes for a really smooth result, which is what you want. So whisk that. Whisk is probably best, although a fork would work as well. Then you want to work on getting your veggies chopped nice and fine. So for this you'll need about a quarter of a cabbage, half a capsicum and 1 big carrot. My quarter of a cabbage was like mammoth size, it was the size of a basketball, so I kind of just made it more quarter of a cabbage size that I thought, but I don't think you can go wrong. The eggy mixture that you make up really coats everything, so don't worry if it looks like you have oodles of vegetables in the end. I didn't have too many green onions on hand, but ideally you would want like half a bunch to a bunch of green onions chopped as well. And so I put these in a food processor. We have like a grating attachment, but you could do it with a mandolin or by hand, whatever you want to do, you do, or have access to. So then you want to grab handfuls of the mixture and over the sink just squeeze it a little bit. Don't worry about getting all the moisture out, but just decrease the moisture content. I'll stop saying that word. And then use your hands as like a spatula to get all the other little bits out of the bowl, and then switch from a whisk to a spatula and ensure that it's getting amongst that gooey eggy mixture that we made. It should be like really thick and chunky, but sort of spreadable and coated in that weirdly real life eggy looking mixture. So at this point you also want to cook your soba noodles, and I don't know if this is like a traditional thing, but putting soba noodles on the base of your okonomiyaki makes it really crunchy and cool. So you want to drain them under hot water so they don't congeal, and set up a station where you have your fry pan, soba noodles and batter all ready to go. So when you are ready to go, get a fry pan or a like pot type thing. I ended up switching pots, you'll see, but I'll just start with this because it'll be easy to show you the first steps. So get that on the heat with some oil, and in the meantime make a little piping bag through a Ziploc bag and poke a skewer through it. That's going to help later on. But coming back to this, then when the oil is hot and you can kind of smell it a bit but it's not smoking, then put a pancake on it, and then don't put too many noodles, but just kind of cover it in some mosaic-y noodle artwork. And then I switched pots because our first one was really not non-stick enough. It was a major fail. But once that's all sorted, you want to pop the lid on and cook for about 5 minutes. It will get a crunchy bottom, don't worry, it's not gonna like steam and go soft, but just flip it over and put the lid on and cook for another 5 minutes. You just need to make sure you cook these for long enough because the vegan egg does cook slower than the regular chicken periods. Anyway, so this is the other side and that's doing its thing. I found some okonomiyaki sauce. This is vegan, it's kind of has shitty ingredients, but it's vegan and it tastes amazing, so that's the topping. And then I put some vegan mayonnaise in that little piping bag, which mimics now I can't even remember the name of it. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. That cute bottle of vegan, of not egg based mayonnaise that you see everywhere. Okay, serving time. You want to go with your okonomiyaki sauce one way, and then maybe chop like a larger hole in your piping bag, because mine kind of was a bit weird, went a bit sort of texturally. But then you want to go with the vegan mayo in the other direction, and some pickled ginger, sesame seeds and herbs would all be really good with this. This tasted so good, like, whoa. I learned to make okonomiyaki in like a year 9 Japanese class with this badass Japanese teacher who like did skydiving and everything. We only had her for a term, but we made these at the end of term and it was like one of the fondest memories, and I've made it so many times since, but this is the first time making it vegan. I know you're gonna love it. I recommend totally making it for all your non-vegan friends. This is ridiculously convincing. It tastes so good, texturally on point, and I'll see you in the next video, honey bunches. Bye!